Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many True Dead, and this is Fallout 3 Kill Everything, and we are heading towards the Jefferson Memorial. So I'm just searching for information about my dad, obviously taking a bit of damage from the superhumans, so I'm just going to have a quick nap in this slightly dirty bed. Holotapes, here we go.
That batch of tests was inconclusive, but Madison and I are convinced
Oh, my mother's voice.
Secondary filtration system. James, please. I'm trying to work. Now's not the time.
Wait, what?
So that's the next step. Assuming we get the results we need, we'll move on to... James! Stop! I need to finish these notes. We'll move on to diagnosing the issues with the radiation dampeners. That should... Ow! James! Now? We really shouldn't.
Play the next entry, I guess? Right. Yeah, I really need to go and do something diabolically evil right now. Oh, Liam Neeson. Ah, this looks like a good starting point. The Lincoln Memorial. In honor of the first President of the United States, George Lincoln.
I'm going to let you through, but you'll have to talk to Mr. Walker first.
Alright, I'm going to have a chat with Mr. Walker, whoever that is. Intact garden gnome. Just, okay, hide behind the column, Yes. I like this guy. He's got plenty of Nuka-Cola. He's got plenty of noodles. He's got... yeah, even more Nuka-Cola. He's got a bottle of Nuka-Cola Quantum. Ah, and he had an intact garden gnome. Yeah, liking this guy. Let's have a chat with this guy.
We're hunting runaway slaves. Have you seen any?
I did on Rivet City, but I've already turned her in and then killed her, so...
That's too bad. You seem like the type of wastelander that might be for hire.
Oh no, I do enslaving work for free.
Get some loot out of the nearby ruin. Don't want slaves using them to start a revolt or anything.
It makes sense, really. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was, of course, a slave for 40 years of his life before he was able to escape from slavery and then become the first president of the United States. It's quite the inspiring story, really. Woolly mammoth, unacceptable. Better. Oh, there's Abraham Lincoln's original leg. Ah, Lincoln's fire extinguisher there, which he used to put out the Great Fire of Baltimore. Ooh, is that level 14? Ah, there we go, level 14. Now, breaking from tradition a bit, I'm going to put a whole bunch of experience into speech, because there are actually a couple of speech checks I do actually want to do later in the game, so I'm going to put a bit of stuff into speech there. And I'll take Life Giver for an extra 30 HP. Oh my goodness, this is very exciting. One of the actual original Honest Abe action figures. Of course, shortly after he was released from slavery, Abraham Lincoln set up a shop in order to fund his presidential run, Honest Abe's Honest Emporium. Main slogan, of course, being, "You honestly won't believe our prices." Yeah, and he sold little replicas of himself, which as the campaign went on, obviously it was a very virtuous circle. As the campaign grew in size, more people were interested in buying the toys, and as more people bought the toys, it funded a greater campaign. It was really, really fantastic. It inspired a lot of what Obama did in 2008. Here's something very special. Lincoln's coffee mug. Lincoln, not a morning person, unfortunately, which is why almost every battle in the entire American Civil War was actually fought in the afternoon, because Lincoln very rarely rose before 11 AM. Caused all sorts of constitutional problems as well, of course. Abraham Lincoln very famously refused to sign the Declaration of Independence because it was too early in the morning, as he commented to John Hancock very famously, "Bring me coffee or bring me death." Oh, we found another Lincoln item that we can sell to Leroy Walker. That is Abraham Lincoln's lamp. Abraham Lincoln, of course, invented electricity, which he discovered by putting Thomas Jefferson into a giant hamster wheel. Lincoln was probably, of course, best known for the Gettysburg Address, which was obviously at his re-election rally in Gettysburg. After a moderately successful first term, Lincoln, of course, did have a few problems with his re-election campaign. He was very unpopular because he declared independence from King George, and King George, like all British people, was very, very well loved, and a lot of people felt they'd been much better managed by the British when we were in charge. And of course, it was at the Gettysburg Address that Lincoln's single most famous pronouncement was made, when he very famously said, and people pretty much say that this one statement pretty much won him his second election, his second term as president. Some people say we can't. To them, I say yes, Lincoln. Leroy Walker, let's sell you a few bits.
So did you find any Lincoln artifacts in the museum?
Several, in fact.
I'm looking for some escaped slaves. I'll pay 100 caps for information about their leader, Hannibal Hamlin. Interested?
I could just kill them. How about I just kill them?
That's tempting, but no. Hannibal is a runaway. His owner wants him back.
And ask him, can I have a little look-see at the memorial now?
Sure.
And there he is, Lincoln himself, pictured without head, of course, in the Lincoln Memorial. That's obviously the cunning ruse by which he was actually able to end the War of Independence for good. He agreed that if the British were willing to withdraw from America in full, he would submit himself to King George for execution by guillotine, which he did. The British therefore thought without Lincoln the Americans would be powerless. Lincoln did indeed submit, had his head chopped off, and then proceeded to stand up and maintain being President of the United States, which was very impressive. It was a cunning ruse that, of course, Lincoln had kept hidden from his friends and family for decades, that he knew he didn't actually need a head to continue being president. Of course, in many ways, it was a bit of a lame duck presidency after that point, because he wasn't actually able to speak anymore. His re-election bid for a third term, the main address, held right here in the mall, actually, was disappointing, given it was just 35 minutes of a slightly disgusting gurgling noise. John Hancock famously was vomiting for 5 minutes straight. This is why the dart gun is so ridiculously overpowered. You shoot, yeah, just look at him. He's gone into Baywatch mode. He can't do a jumping attack anymore. They're not allowed to do that, and they're so slow. Anything hit with this is just so damn slow. Now this looks interesting. This looks very interesting. Hi guys!
What's your business, stranger?
Entirely legitimate. I'm just looking for a place to rest and trade.
Hannibal says I gotta let folks like you in, but that don't mean I have to like it.
Alright, let's go and have a word with Hannibal first.
Ah, a visitor. Welcome to the Temple of the Union. I'm not going to ask you who you are. For the moment, I don't care.
That's good, because I'm a slaver.
I need your solemn promise not to betray us to Paradise Falls or the slavers.
I solemnly swear to protect the Temple of the Union. Leroy, good news! Actually, you know what? My man Eulogy Jones, he gets first refusal on these slaves.
Check this out. Me and a couple of the boys thought you could use a cut of the loot we picked up.
Oh, thanks, man. Here we are. Okay, so Eulogy isn't interested in the slaves, but bodyguard.
Crazy in a fight, crazy in the sack, crazy every which way but loose. But most of all, she's crazy in love with whoever's holding her leash.
Deal.
My name's Clover. I hear you're the new woman in my life.
So there we are. We've now got our own personal slave along for the ride. Because what sort of slaver would I be really if I, didn't have at least one slave travelling with me, quite frankly? I've got some good news on the escaped slaves, Leroy. I found Hannibal.
Bravo. I guess I owe you some caps.
That's the most insincere clapping I've ever seen. Here they all are. Let's just go join up with them quickly.
We are just about to wipe out this Temple of the Union. You can join us or not.
Oh, I'm totally in, and I've got the best weapon for it. We've brought Lincoln's gun along! Don't worry guys, they gave me the keys to the gate. In you go! Oh, I've emancipated his limbs from the rest of him. Yeah, 4 score and not many more years for you. She's pretty mental. She just went for the cow.
The problem has been taken care of. I can go back to Paradise Falls now. I'll make sure they know you're our kind of people.
Excuse me? Wow. You honestly think that you're going to put in a good word for... Okay, that... Wow. And now just one quick nuke. Lovely. Ooh, is someone left alive? Did they actually leave someone alive in here? What the... Why is there a Deathclaw in the Temple of the Union? Goddamn anti-slavery Deathclaws. Oh, there was a trader in here. A trader with the plans for a Deathclaw gauntlet. Right. Hannibal. Out you go. And as for you, Clover, leave me alone, you're fired.
Wait, what? I'll be waiting at Eulogy's place when you come crawling back.
Will you? Will you really? Sorry, Clover, but you were a slave, and you just helped take out slaves. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's treachery. There we go. People shall come, because they've heard of the Temple of the Union. And what they shall find here is a new head of state, a new little tableau that shows what life under Evil Jon is all about. Doesn't matter if you're a slaver, or a slave, or one of Evil Jon's allies, or even an adorable puppy. In the end, you end up dead. Lunchtime! So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is both slavers and slaves very firmly dealt with. Temple of the Union most definitely taken care of there. So there we are. I think just one thing we need to do now. Lovely. Well, I think that's enough for one day, ladies and gentlemen. Next time I think we'll be pushing east. I think we'll be heading towards Vault 112. So yeah. And that'll be next time. But in the meantime, hope you've enjoyed watching. Hope you've enjoyed listening. I've been John. This has been Mini a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout 3: Kill Everything. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I don't care that everyone is shooting at me. Leave me the hell alone, all of you. Oh dear. Oh, did you explode? Oh, that's a shame. Judder away, 47. Judder away. Oh god, his hand. What's happened to his arms?